Hi, welcome to High Growth with HTDC. I'm your host, Cindy Matsuki. This is where we want to talk about all things tech, innovation, entrepreneurship, and manufacturing. We are the state's tech evangelist. So, my guest today is Martin Dunsmuir, serial entrepreneur.
Well, yeah. And I love being in outer space as well.
I know, isn't that cool?
Okay, yeah.
You've been on Tech Talk before. I mean, you've been on ThinkTech before,
yes,
right?
Yes, I have. Attila. He was
the next big thing.
Yeah, that's right. But he doesn't do that anymore, I don't think.
No, he doesn't. So what are you up to now?
Well,
you doing tour talk?
I've been in here for a long time, 15 years, and about 5 years ago, when smartphones started to become popular, I started developing some apps for that with a view to seeing what could be done. And as with most things I do, I did it far too early. So I've recently been working on a new project which is designed to be an application for the phone, and we have it on the iPhone and also on the Android phone. So I'm not going to demo the product because it's terribly difficult on TV to do that. But the idea is that when a tourist comes to Oahu, and this all started because I met somebody who had those audio driving guides.
Is it just for Oahu?
Yeah, at the moment you can use it anywhere, but our guides are just for Oahu.
Okay.
And we started from these CDs which had the audio guides.
Oh.
And
so like you play them in the car while you're driving around?
Yeah, that's how. In fact, I will show you this. So, for example, and it organizes these guides by where you are, so the closest
like
thing.
by the GPS?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And so for the tourists, I mean, for example, here's one for downtown Honolulu, and we can listen to it. I don't know if you can hear it.
Honolulu, named for its protected
okay,
bay.
but, yeah, okay, yeah.
A preferred
cool.
spot of King
Okay.
Kamehameha the
But
First.
there's
It was a natural harbor that quickly became...
Forget about that. But I've heard these so many times, it's kind of... But,
is that you?
No. So there was originally a CD set, which I should have brought with me today, which had about nearly 4 hours worth of stuff on it.
Wow.
For various places around the island.
That's cool.
Right? And so what I did was to move that stuff, the audio, onto the phone. And we did that about a year ago. But like all projects which I do, they never have a way of making money. So the scheme has been to figure out how we can make money out of this. And we had quite a few people downloading this last year. About, not that many, but a few thousand people downloaded the thing.
Okay, that's pretty good.
But we had no way of making money. So what we've done now is introduce really three.
So it's a free app.
Yes, it's a free app. The apps always have to be free. People are not, there are a few special niches where people will pay, but, like for golfing and stuff like that. But generally speaking, people don't pay. So it's a free app. So the way you make money is you get people who are featured on your app to pay you. So what we've done is we've introduced this thing called attractions, which are like these guides, and they are things you might like to do. So, for example, you can search for food, and it'll tell you. And there's one for high capacity, which is
and those people will.
So they pay us. They pay us whenever somebody really takes an interest in their attraction. So I'm going to.
What does that mean? Like they visit?
No, they click on the thing. They call to make a booking and so forth. I mean, there's various ways in which these people pay. Right? But we still have the problem of getting people to download the app. And so the way we solve that is we have distributors, channel partners we call them, like for example hotels or people who organize, do weddings, organize conventions, and what they do is they have a channel which
they kind of customize.
Right, exactly. So, for example, here's the channel we have today, which is called, well, I've got one here called Grand Hotel. Okay, so anyone who's at the Grand Hotel who downloads our app, selects the channel, they get, as well as all the other features of the app, which everyone gets, the guides and so forth, they get specific features that correspond to the Grand Hotel. So,
and
for example, yeah. So, I mean, you know, how often you stay in a hotel, but they have those ticker feeds on the you know, TV kind of thing, and so you know you can have one of those on the and also our attractions can post offers, coupons, and so forth to the phone. So and then we give a kickback, if you like, to the hotels. The hotels are basically being paid by us to do to improve the, you know, to get the downloads going. And so we hope that by having a lot of distributors, right, who we are paying, they'll be driving downloads, and the users will be using the app and clicking on things, and we will get paid. That's how the whole thing
by
works.
the attractions that they click on.
That's right, right. Now, in order to make this more interesting than just, you know, a few facts and information, we've added also a whole social networking aspect to this. So if you're staying at a particular, I mean, hotel's actually probably not a good example, but say you're at a convention, and the convention has a channel which corresponds to the convention you're at. You select that channel, and then immediately you get to see everyone else who's at the convention. And you have to put in your name, obviously, to get started. But and you can, and we have all the privacy settings and all that. But for example, I often, when I go to a conference, you know, I'm looking for the same people. You know, people I don't know very well, but I always see them at these conferences. And so we have all this social network, and it's a bit like what's it called, Snapchat kind of thing. You can post pictures, videos. You can do all the various bits and pieces. And we think that, for example, if you go to a wedding, and you can connect immediately with all the other guests.
So you can see all the other people.
Yeah, that's right. And you can share. Yeah. So here, you know,
who is at the wedding?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, unless they want to be private, in which case that's fine. You know, but so here's Polar Bear, and Polar Bear doesn't really, you know, it's just a Polar Bear. You can post pictures, you can take pictures. There's a whole photography aspect to this thing. It's not like Instagram or anything like that. It's not very. Hold it up? Yeah, it's not very fancy, but it allows you to.
I see.
You know, to integrate pictures in the same way like something like Yelp or something like that would allow you to put pictures in, you know, post pictures to a particular location and so forth. So with the social networking, the attractions, the guides, and the channels, we think that
it's kind of like an all-in-one.
And very important also is that it's on the iPhone and also on the Android. In fact, that's what I've been working on for the last couple of months, getting this whole Android thing working. I mean,
are you building this yourself?
Yeah, it's all my own work. I mean, there are other people involved, but I'm the programmer guy, right?
Wow.
Yeah. I'm quite pleased with myself. This is a pretty complicated app. And I got
It's got a lot to it.
Started with a you know, plain sheet of paper in August, and did the iPhone version first, and then I've done this thing.
Wow.
But I mean, it's not all totally new because it plays on some of the things I've done before. But you know, in terms
can you book through the app?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really there yet, but you can. I mean, my only attraction that I have here is Patrick's Diving Adventures. So
have you partnered with hotels yet?
We are partnering with one hotel to get started, which is what we want to do. What we're looking to do is we've found one hotel that's very keen on working with us. We're working with them, and we will launch our product, you know, in a month or so's time. So the timing today is perfect for coming on here. And then once we've got, if you like, the kind of I wouldn't say that the kinks worked out, and we optimized the way things work and so forth, then we will be able to expand our market without much trouble. So we've got that one hotel, and we've created a thing called the Tour Talk Ambassadors Program, which is I've also created an app here which is for the Tour Talk Ambassadors, so they can walk in. It's a web-based app, so it's not It's not,
an app.
it's a download app, right? So it runs on everything, including things that won't run TalkTalk. So, I mean, dare I say something like a BlackBerry or Windows Phone or whatever it is. But our ambassadors can go to a attraction, or they can just happen to chance on an attraction when they're out. You know, a good attraction would be something like a lunch wagon, or you know,
anything.
We're looking really to find for our attractions not so much, you know, the old style attractions like Polynesian Cultural Center and so forth. They're fine, but rather more an eclectic set of things that people. And if we have enough of these things, especially on Oahu, you know, so you're on the North Shore. Here are 5 things. You know, there's a shrimp wagon nearby. You can, and it'll tell you where it is, and you can go there and so forth. Right. And obviously, those people are not taking bookings, so we have a slightly different model for pricing for them. But the TalkTalk ambassadors go round with our application here, and they could go through the whole process of setting someone up and so forth.
So you put in
there's a whole there's a whole website.
Do you record the audio part as an
Well, no,
ambassador?
attractions don't have audio guides. They just have pictures and text and photos and so forth.
Okay.
The only audio guides are the audio guides of the various, which are essentially fixed locations around the island. We've got about 35 of those places like. You know, the Iolani Palace, Waikiki,
so the big ones,
the Haluma Bay, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? So the attractions are sort of a fixed point of reference, but rather the guides are. The attractions, on the other hand, are much more fluid, and we can add attractions.
Yeah, because that's more customer.
Yeah, that's right. And the attractions are organized, and you can search for what attractions you're interested in based on what, you know, keywords you can, you know, the usual sort of thing. And they're organized on the screen normally, depending on where you are. So you can. So for example, I mean, another thing which there's a ton of features here, but one of the things. So say I'm interested in this, you know, when. Well, okay. So I'm interested in this boat trip thing. I can hit here, and I actually get driving directions to it.
From where you are?
Yeah. Right. So I mean, you know, we're just using the standard, in this case, Google's driving directions. But so these are very useful features. And the feature I was using today, we have hooked up a number of local websites to our app, which are, you know, people can find useful. So I was using the bus timetable today, and I found, I mean, you know, I came by bus, and my girlfriend's picking me up later, but it's all to do with global warming, you know. So, and the bus goes by my house. But so you know, there's the bus app, and anybody who's interested in, you know, using our app can quickly get to these kind of things. We have
to kind of help people get around.
Yeah.
To the.
Yeah. So the hotel we're working with, they're very interested in the idea that they want to. You know, they want to deliver more value to the.
Can you tell us the hotel?
No, I can't tell you that. I mean, if you call me next week, maybe I could have told you, but I can't tell you this week. So, you know, I mean, so the idea is that tourists will find a way. This will provide a way for, because there are a lot of applications in the market. I mean, you can download a lot, but they're all. I mean, I don't think very many of them are very good. And so what we're trying to do here is raise the bar in terms of the quality of the application and in terms of getting that user engagement. The other thing about a lot of companies that have applications in this market, they're looking at the pay to download model, and as far as one can tell, you know, that doesn't work very well. And there are a lot of other companies who have applications where they have one application which is great, and then they've created a whole bunch of other ones which are supposed to be sort of cookie cutter type versions
that you pay for.
Right, but they're not very good. So nobody's really focused on the idea that you really, because in this market you've really got to have high quality. If you don't have high quality, you just
because there's so much else out there.
Right. I mean, I don't know how many there are. Thousands of applications.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, do you get a reward for being an ambassador? Like, is there a benefit?
Yeah. Ambassadors, they get paid for signing up attractions.
Well, you get paid?
Well, you don't get paid immediately. You have to, I mean, so you can't get all your friends to sign up as attractions and then leave the next day. But I think our plan is that after 3 months, once an attractor's been on our thing for 3 months, it doesn't cost them very much.
Yeah.
To be, I mean, we have a small subscription. It's like $10 to be an attractor on the farm. You pay that, you know, every month, whether you get any bookings or not. But if you're getting bookings, obviously you're paying us a bit of money. I mean, we're not like the kind of commission-based booking. It's a flat fee. It's more like Google AdWords. So if you're an attraction, when someone calls you, I mean, it's up to you to close business, but you pay us, a couple of dollars for that call, right? And so it means that nothing's very complicated. I mean, you know, if you work with any of these booking agents, it gets very, very complicated, right? And so rather than, we don't want to be complicated. We just don't want to be complicated.
Very good.
Yeah.
So next week, big news. Yes.
For me?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I mean, let's put it this way. We're going to launch at the end of
Okay, good.
Yeah, at the end of this month, okay? If I come in next week, I could have been more prepared and said much more.
That's okay.
But,
you don't have to say. We'll wait for next week.
I mean,
Where can we find info about?
Well, we have a website, TourTalk.
TourTalk.com?
Oahu. It's one word. TourTalkOahu.com. A little bit of information there. If you want to know about the apps, then go to the App Store or Google Play. And, you know, we have this blurb there that you can read about the app. You can see screenshots and so forth.
Very good.
You know, I've got high expectations for this.
Very good. Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here today.
Well,
Very good to hear about TourTalk.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, looks like you've come a long way since the last time I saw it.
Yeah.
My guest today has been Martin Dunsmuir of TourTalk, and this is High Growth with HTDC. I'm your host, Cindy Matsuki, on ThinkTech Hawaii, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.